Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're back here at Crown Eurocars in St. Pete, Florida, and look what we have. This is a 2021 Mercedes AMG GT 43. But before we get into this four-door silver aero performance sedan, let's talk about what's going on here. Mercedes-Benz, such an iconic German brand, been around for so many great years, producing so many awesome models. Now, when you see those three letters, AMG, affixed to the nameplate of a particular vehicle from their lineup, you know you're going to get extra performance, not only underneath the hood, suspension, chassis, braking, and interior. Now, this AMG GT43 is the gateway into this sport performance four-door sedan. A lot of people, when they hear AMG GT, they think of the two-door sports car, but Mercedes decided to bring a little bit extra flexibility, an extra set of doors, so that you could share that very special experience. Many other vehicles out there, especially from the other German Euro brands from Audi and BMW. Should you go that route, or should you go and finally get into the AMG club with this AMG GT43? Let's find out and see if it's the best sport performance sedan for the money. Let's dive in. Right off the bat, the color. If I was gonna buy a Mercedes-Benz product, AMG or otherwise, it's gonna be metallic silver. That, believe it or not, here's a little fun fact, that is the official racing color of Germany. When you go back to the early days of Grand Prix racing and sports car racing, bright silver was the color if you were a German brand racing your car. But right at the front end of the business, you can see our very unique headlight housing design. I really like the shape and how everything kind of integrates nicely with the front fascia and the top portion that's going to blend in with the hood. Now, you're going to get, of course, fully LED headlights. We have the LED daytime running lamps illuminated for you, looking very sharp, very sporty. Even the way they bring that body line right almost to the grille area looks great. Now, as we drop down, you're going to get a little sprinkling of some gloss black. Get ready for a zonk. No functionality, so there's no functional corner vents on this AMG GT43, and for an AMG product, that kind of lets me down there. But what I do like is the way they extend that front fascia, everything integrated very, very smooth, and then we slide across that grille. The GTs, the AMG GTs, have such a unique grille design. I like the way it's got these vertical slots here, the AMG badge. This is a true AMG vehicle. You got a forward-facing camera. Of course, the Mercedes-Benz star, that iconic badging from this really just amazing German brand. And then you're gonna get full functionality on the center section here. Loving the way they extended off of the front of the vehicle. A little bit of flat black and just a little bit of gloss for the front lip splitter here to stop air from going underneath the vehicle and creating lift. Now, when we get up onto the hood, you're gonna get those nice bulges. You're actually getting two bulges, two subtle bulges, one on each side from behind the wheel. It gives you a great visual reference point. And if you look at Mercedes-Benz styling over the decades, this is one thing that's synonymous with the brand, and I'm glad that they brought it into this AMG GT43. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. You're gonna get these beautiful multi-spoke wheels. It's a 20-inch wheel, flat black, and I love the way they created it. It almost looks like a center locking lug nut here for your wheel, but this is a cover to just put those lug nuts that sometimes look unsightly, just clean it up. The whole design, everything flows super smooth, 20-inch wheel. And if you're saying, well, Joe, what's the size of the tire? You're looking at 265 on the width, 40 series sidewall, and these are those Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. They're gonna give us great grip, but they're also gonna give us some durability. You're gonna get massive, look at those calipers, 6-piston calipers with the AMG badging on them. They look like the size of Thor's hammer. You know that metal part on Thor's hammer? That's the size of that caliper. Gonna clamp down on those rotors that are two-piece. They are fully ventilated and cross-drilled and slotted. So you're gonna get a great amount of heat to be dissipated from the braking system as you are using this vehicle on your favorite twisty road. But I think the wheels with the silver just pop nicely. Now, when we go into the fender, you are gonna get a turbo badge. Yes, we have turbocharged power. 4MATIC, remember that means all-wheel drive. I am gonna have to zonk this. I don't mind the side fender vent. What I do mind is how this is non-functional. Just leave it smooth. So we are gonna have to zonk that, especially on an AMG product, but you have gloss black on the mirror caps. We do have 360-degree cameras. Love the way they extend that lower sill. And the silhouette, the side silhouette of this sedan is probably one of the sexiest in the auto industry. Very, very low roof line. And if you'll notice, on the roof, you do have your two separate sunroofs, but it's all blended in and all blacked out except for this rear part here, and I'm okay with it. I'm glad that they cleaned up the whole roof design. A little bit of chrome on the door handles, nothing too crazy there. And then on the tail end of the business, we actually get a little wider. So you're gonna have two 95s on the rear, even though this is 4MATIC, which is the all-wheel drive, it still is rear-wheel drive base bias. So it's gonna send more power to the rear wheels as you're going through your favorite twisty bits. And then coming around the bend, you'll notice the way the size of the quarter window is, the way they flare out that rear fender. This really looks, like I said, like they took an AMG GT two-door sports car and really just extended it. And then coming off the back glass, look at that. You're gonna have this active rear wing that will pop up at speed. You got your GT43 badge. Love the LED taillights. Looking really slick, nice and smooth as everything is integrated, super clean. And then as we drop down, what do we have? Beautiful rear diffuser and that AMG quad tip exhaust. Well, I can't wait to hear the sound coming from that, and really just cleans up the whole look with the quad tip at the back. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's powering our AMG GT43. All right guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hydraulic hood struts. Underneath that hood is a large engine cover, but I do like how good it looks. You got the Mercedes-Benz logo, AMG badging. You got your twin inlets to bring in nice cool air. And what are we talking about engine-wise? You're looking at a 3-liter turbocharged straight six with that EQ boost that Mercedes-Benz has patented. That's gonna give us 362 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 9-speed TCT automatic transmission. With the 4MATIC, you're looking at 0 to 60 in about 4.7 seconds. The vehicle does weigh 4,350 pounds. MPGs, 20 in the city, 25 on the highway. Remember, if these numbers don't seem very inspiring to you, this is the first step into the AMG GT family household. With this GT43, you can go higher. GT63S would be really the choice that I would go for. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire this up a little bit more and hear what it sounds like. All right guys, we're inside this 2021 AMG GT43. I know you're saying to yourself, well Joe, I already been looking at some of these vehicles. I am thinking about going the Audi route, but you know what? Seeing this metallic silver AMG product is really making my heart pitter patter. How much is this one? Because I priced the competitors, the competition. How much is this one? MSRP, the way that this one is optioned, is right at $103,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. Love the styling inside this Mercedes-Benz product. So you're gonna get that off-white contrast stitching, all soft touch material, and then I'm loving the dark wood finish. There's no veneer to it, so it's not all shiny and stuff. You have your bright silver seat controls, 3 memory seat settings for the passenger and the driver. Even the speaker grille cover is absolutely stunning. The one thing that is not is that dead button there. You have heated seats, but no ventilated seats in this $103,000 car. That to me is ridiculous. Now, the stitching is nice, armrest is soft, and you do have a nice large door pocket there for about a medium bag of movie theater popcorn with some extra butter on top. No cup holders though in the door panel. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, I love the way everything is pushed forward, really frees up some of the room. The stitch work, soft touch material, there's more of that wood finish. Love the silver trim, and then look what we have. Not only one, but 2 12.3-inch screens. So you're gonna get your 12 inches of visual pleasure. Touch screen, of course, very, very intuitive. Once you get the hang of it, It's not that complicated. Graphics are great, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, of course. I love going into the AMG performance area. That's where we could bring up all the information about the vehicle, G-meter. You could go into your engine data and show that off as you're ripping through the gears. You got your engine oil temp, trans oil temp, nicely done. Let me show the backup cameras. Look how clear it is. Clear as day, 20/20 vision with trajectory and 360 there. So they really did it well on this AMG. And then when you look at modes, watch this. You have your mode selector switch. We could go into the different modes: sport, comfort, individual, slippery when wet. That's the Bon Jovi mode. We're gonna leave it in Sport Plus for our little adventure. The road's on fire. When you go Sport Plus, you put the road on fire. You set it on fire. As we drop down, if you are on fire, you got these nice AC controls to cool you off, dual climate. Love all the switch gear. A little bit of that nice wood finish. We open it up, door number one. What do we have? A 12 volt, 2 USB-Cs and 2 cup holders. And then bam, closes up nicely. If you don't want to touch the screen, we have a trackpad style interface for your infotainment. And then look, if you don't want to touch any of that, you actually have these TFT buttons and knobs and switches. So that's obviously to turn on and off the auto start stop. If you're cruising through the mall and you want to pop up that spoiler, you just hit that button. Over here, we could go into our different modes very, very easily, and then manual shift mode or adjust the suspension. So you have lots of flexibility here, whether you want to touch the screen, touch the trackpad, or use other switch gear. This is going to control, this little guy right here is going to control the 9-speed TCT transmission. Love the silver and the leather finish with the AMG logo there. It's actually pretty soft on the armrest, which normally these European cars are not. Open that up, what do we have? Wireless charging. You could easily put 4 Twinkies. Do not go 5. Do not do number 5 because you're going to get cream. You're going to bust cream all over this beautiful interior. Speaking of interior, the seats. AMG badging looking great. The leather, the Alcantara material, perforated all the way down. Just enough bolstering to hold you in nicely as you're doing your track day or going down your favorite twisty road, but you're not going to have to worry about getting squeeze plays if you're going to pick up the kids or you're going to, take your significant other out to dinner or something like that. So that's really nice. And then we have that split sunroof setup, which is really great. I'm 6 feet tall. Even with that low, sexy roof design, I got plenty of room in here. But why don't you come over because I want to show you behind the flat bottom steering wheel on this AMG GT43. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You got that beautiful aluminum sill plate. The AMG badging is going to light up. And remember, this has full ambient lighting. It's over 74,000 different color combinations. You could Roy G. Biv all day long. And if you don't know what that is, use the Google and it might surprise you. These seats are wonderful. I would like to option up the extra sporty seats that give you even more bolstering, but that's just me. Steering wheel though, Lewis Hamilton would want this in his car. Look at the nice thickness, 2 different types of leather. You got the stripe at top dead center, AMG badging, really nice controls, large paddles behind the steering wheel. This is gonna allow you to go up and down that 9-speed TCT transmission. And then like I promised you, you have 2 12-inch screens, 12.3 inches, double it up, do the math, over 24 inches of display. Really, really love the style and what's going on with all the colors and the fonts, and it just gives you the perfect amount of readout, and you have a head-up display. So they really got you covered from every different angle. But why don't we go ahead, let's check out the back seat and see how your passengers are going to enjoy riding with you on those twisty bits of roads that you have. All right, guys, back seat time. This is one of the most interesting back seats that you're going to find probably in the sport performance sedan segment of the auto industry. It's interesting. I actually feel like I could stay in place as you're going down the twisty bits. The only problem is, look how high my knees are. Really, really high. I don't feel very comfortable back here. I feel good if we're going down a twisty road, but if we're going on a 300-mile road trip down the highways and byways of the USA, I don't think I'm gonna really love it back here too much. What I do love though, is you get nice material all the way around. You have these large pockets. So easily you're gonna be able to put 2 Annie Ann's pretzels in here with extra salt. Very nicely done. You got your 2 AC vents. They mimic exactly what the front ones look like. And then watch this, boom. You do have a nice little area for some Jolly Ranchers, a 12 volt and 5 volt charging with your USB right there. So very nicely done. I got my own pocket because I want my own pretzel. I'm not sharing my pretzel with you. The heck with that. Headroom actually feels good in here. The reason why I probably look cramped is how high my knees are. That's the perspective. There's no actual armrest, but you can see the bolstering that comes off of the back seats to hold you into place. They give you 2 cup holders and a wonderful area for a 2-pound bag of Skittles. Just dump it right in. You got 2 USBs. You're ready for the track day. Just make sure that those Skittles don't slide around all over the place. One might get you in the eye and blind you. But why don't we check out the trunk, see what kind of mail we could haul in this thing, because I'm ready to go on throttle. All right, guys, we are in this 2021 AMG GT 43. We just left Crown Euro Cars. Right away, you're just gonna be wrapped in this very, very luxurious, very sport, performance-oriented interior. Steering wheels, they just don't get any better than what they're bringing at Mercedes and AMG. I love the visibility, like I said, out the windshield. Seeing those 2 bulges, they let you know that you're in an AMG product, and that head-up display really allows you to take full advantage of keeping your eyes focused where you want to be going, because that's what you always want to do. Look where you want to go. I do have it in manual shift mode, and we are in Sport Plus mode. So that's going to make adjustments to throttle, steering, the suspension, the whole 9 yards. I love the placement of these paddles. They really do a great job with spacing it out from behind the back of the wheel, but also being close to the perimeter as well. But we're going to go a little bit on throttle here. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Little pop from the exhaust. Very, very fast shifts from that 9-speed TCT transmission. Very, very quick. Obviously, I would like a little bit more sound, and something that wasn't synthetic would be a welcome, but the driving experience, you definitely feel connected to what the car is doing. You know, it's not, like I said, it's not just about the horsepower, it's about how the chassis is set up, the brakes, and definitely this AMG GT43 has a well-sorted chassis and has some of the best brakes that you can get. As you can see, I stop on a dime and I give everybody euros as change. So I want to do some more on throttle here, especially through the twisty bits. That's where I want to be, is I want to showcase how this vehicle handles. But we're in 2nd gear. On throttle, here we go. Fast shifts. Very, very smooth. Coming into the braking area. Here we go. Now we're talking. There we go. Brakes give you great feedback. I love the feedback I'm getting from the brake pedal here. All-wheel drive, that 4MATIC all-wheel drive, keeping you planted. Because the screens are so large, easy to see and understand what's going on with the vehicle at any given moment. And I'm telling you, whether it's downshifts or upshifts, this transmission it's fast, man. It shifts fast. On throttle, here we go. This right-hand bend. Look at that. Really nice front to back. Brakes feel good. Really, really smooth. And then the visibility, you'd think the visibility would be tight. It's not. It's actually really great. On throttle, here we go. Look at this. It's a very, very unique driving experience. And definitely when it comes to quietness in the cabin, they do a really, really great job with that as well. So it's not just about the overall performance of the vehicle, which, remember, if you want more performance, you can get it from AMG. You don't have to go somewhere else. It's going to cost you, but you can get it. But at this particular level, you're getting some really, really nice numbers here when it comes to overall feel. Now, is it worth the price? That's really going to be up to you, because at $103,000, this does come a little bit higher than what the competition is doing, that's for sure. All right, guys, one more time through the twisty bits. From a dead stop, first gear, on throttle, here we go. Nice. Woo! Like that one. On the brakes, here we go. Here we go. Very, very balanced. I'm telling you, the chassis setup in this thing is very, very balanced, and I think that's where it really earns its keep, so to speak. And if, like I said, if you want that extra power, go AMG GT 63S. You won't be hurting for power, that's for sure. All right, guys, here we go. Slow roll, on throttle. Nice. On the brakes. Feels good. Super smooth. On those massive brakes, slowing us down. Look at that. Just like a husky sheds hair, man. We're shedding some speed. Really, really nice. Like I said, for me, I would spend a little bit more, or maybe a lot more, and go higher up the AMG pecking order. But for somebody who is wanting to step into this blending of performance and luxury, this GT43, especially when it comes to the look, may be the one. But we're gonna get back to Crown Eurocars and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another great day here at Crown Eurocars. I definitely got to thank Nicole, Daniel, and the rest of the crew getting us access to this 2021 AMG GT43. Is it that sport performance sedan that you want to be parking in your garage? You're definitely going to want to add it to your list. If you're looking at an Audi A7 or a BMW 6 Series or anything in between, definitely very smart of Mercedes and AMG to have this gateway vehicle, because it has the look, it has the style, and it has some of that little extra AMG fun driving experience. But if you want to keep seeing performance sedans, sports sedans like these on Rady's Rise, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you in the channel, two ways to do it. Click the first link, become a Rady's Rise Patreon member. Click the second link, get yourself some Rady's Rise merch. Got to give it up to the queen of the camera, working that camera like a champ. Lori's doing such a wonderful job in this hot Florida sun. Show her some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.